June 2025 astrologically looks fabulous. We are in for a really nice month, mid-year. We welcome it with open arms. Absolutely. When the astrology is good, we will take it. And this month is a standout month. I think we'll all be looking back on June quite fondly. Welcome, Libra rising signs of the zodiac, to your June 2025 astrology. Thanks for being here. I'm Cosmic Girl, and I trust you're doing well. Let's talk about your chart ruler Venus before we get into all the busyness of the astrology this month. So, Venus is winding up her transit in Aries in your seventh house of relationships this month, and she's going to be ingressing into Taurus, her zodiac sign of domicile. And the concentration now for your chart ruler Venus is on the eighth house. And we're going to talk about what that means for you in this video. So, there's lots of planetary good stuff coming our way in June, but primarily your focus is on your chart ruler Venus. You want to keep an eye out on Venus, what aspect she's making in the month of June to help you navigate your plans, let you know the astro weather, what's coming ahead for you, how you benefit, or where you can see some rocky roads ahead. All right, so with that in mind, let's get into astrology. So your chart ruler Venus ends her transit in Aries in his seventh house on the 6th of June and ingresses into Taurus, her zodiac sign of domicile, until July 4. So just under 4 weeks, we've got Venus well positioned in the eighth house of other people's resources. So other people's finances and resources benefit you, whether it's a car, a job, a mortgage, a loan, an inheritance, something just gets passed on to you and you benefit quite nicely with this transit. So, with Venus well positioned in your eighth house, and she's your avatar in this incarnation, this is where you really do get the goods with connecting with people. So, fantastic for you with this transit, Libra rising signs, to end a debt or end a financial commitment, end something that has been hard to release. If you've been waiting for your moment to detangle yourself from a financial bind or commitment, this is the month where it can happen for you. Thank the goddess. You also will have some like serendipitous moments where it's as if you're in the right place at the right time for contracts or financial opportunities. So keep your eyes and ears peeled when you've got your chart ruler in the eighth house of other people's finances that can support you, because there may be some gold there for you that you can capitalize on if you hear about a stock or a career opportunity. It's that sort of serendipitous transit where other people sort of give you the goods quite organically. So enjoy Venus in Taurus in the eighth house from the 6th of June to July 4. Now let's get into the astrology with all the other good stuff this month. Okay, on the 8th of June, Mercury conjuncts Jupiter. This could be a change with a travel plan, something you do with academia, a spiritual path, or something that is foreign to you, sort of comes out of the blue on the 8th of June. So keep your ears and eyes peeled for communication that has to do with something outside of you. So big day on the 8th when Mercury conjuncts Jupiter. Some information comes across your table that's quite handy for you. And then after Mercury conjuncts Jupiter, he zooms into Cancer into your 10th house and stays here until June 26th. So a really fast transit for fast thinking Mercury, just his style. But this is going to be an interesting transit for you because this transit of Mercury in Cancer is happening in your 10th house, an angular part of your natal chart, no less. And when you have planets transiting in the angular parts of your natal chart, really important for you to take note of what's going on there. So your 10th house is being activated. It's like, look here, Libra rising, there's something going on in your career house. This 10th house is so much more than career house, but it's ultimately about your work. And when Mercury goes into Cancer, Mercury is searching for the logic and where you put your heart's desire when it comes to your professional arena. So it can be tricky because Mercury really likes facts and figures, but Cancer likes to feel into things. It just takes its time in identifying, oh, does that feel good or does that feel good? And Mercury can get really frustrated in Cancer Because Mercury is like, well, don't you know the details? Don't you know what's going on here? And Cancer's like, I do, but I've just got to feel it organically, man. It's that sort of dichotomy. So this can be quite tricky when you're trying to put your best plans forward regarding your career path, and your heart might be in it, but Mercury's going, yeah, but what about the payoff? What about how much travel you got to do? What about the cost? Are you getting your money's worth here? Let's see the contract first before you get all excited about putting your heart and soul into this chosen career of yours, Libra rising signs. So it can be a tricky transit to navigate with logical Mercury in nurturing emotional zodiac sign of Cancer in your 10th house. But it's a quick transit. So Mercury is going to move on into Leo at the end of the month. But for now, from the 8th of June, you'll be toying with what does my head say versus what does my heart say when it comes to your career. Interesting transit coming up. Moving on to the 9th of June, Jupiter ingresses into Cancer in your 10th house until June 30, 2026. So a year and change, Jupiter will be floating around your 10th house. Jupiter's exalted in Cancer. This is a really quite a big transit for the Libra rising signs. I have a separate video about this transit on my YouTube channel. I encourage you to go and listen to it. I've titled it Jupiter Transit Cancer for Libra rising signs. If you're an astrology enthusiast, that video is chock full of deeper information about this transit. I'm not going to double down here and do it all again. I will talk about it, but there's a lot more astrological information for you in that video. So I encourage you to go listen to it. Okay. So this is a long transit. Jupiter's exalted in Cancer in your 10th house, that angular part of your natal chart. Really big transit. And there's a lot of potential here for you to step into Emperor's new clothes. Be the big dog in your industry. Put your name on the map. It's also fantastic for rivals in the workplace to really challenge you with Jupiter in Cancer in your 10th house. But we think of Jupiter being exalted, and we're talking about a planet that's in an environment that it thrives on. And Jupiter wants to bring things to us. But when it's exalted in your house of career, then think of opportunities are ripe for the taking with Jupiter in Cancer. So it's great for finally seeing your efforts of the past come to fruition. Great to hit a personal, professional achievement that you've been working on for quite some time. With Jupiter exalted in Cancer in your 10th house, this transit bodes well for reaching for the stars when it comes to your professional arena. Beautiful transit. Okay, on the 9th, we also have retrograde Pluto squaring your chart ruler Venus and Mercury squaring Saturn and Neptune. So the astrology of the planets in alignment and transits and aspects on the 9th of June is a lot. So not only are you going to be all up in it on the 9th of June, so are other people. So this will be the day to drink your green tea, meditate, get good food into your system so you're nice and grounded. That's the astrological advice I would give everybody on the 9th of June. It's going to be a big day. So retrograde Pluto is squaring your chart ruler Venus. Interesting. So that fifth house, let's talk about this. The fifth house, that's the house of where we get our adrenaline pumping. It's where we find joy and pleasure. The fifth house is fun. And Aquarius, well, it's intellectual fun. It's thinking about the future, wants to be free and hang with the people and connect with different people, places, and faces. That's your jam. And retrograde Pluto's here, looking at your chart ruler going, I don't really want to do this with you, Libra rising. I'm not ready to be as optimistic as you. I know that you're kicking goals over there in the 8th house where you're benefiting from other people's resources, but you're forgetting those near and dear to you. So think of this day on the 9th of June as you've got your stuff together with your world laid plans. You've got all the people in your arena supporting you with their resources and finances. And they're quite happy to give you a leg up and give you what you need. But it's the nearest and dearest to you that are having a problem with watching you succeed or enjoy being involved with your own well laid plans. So watch out for egos, people clashing with you and going, "You're forgetting me, Libra rising," on the 9th of June. And we also have Mercury squaring Saturn and Neptune. Wow. I mean, this is interesting because Mercury, the planet of intellect and communication, is saying no to Saturn and Neptune in your relationship house at the same time as retrograde Pluto squaring your chart ruler Venus. So this can be a day with Mercury. Think of Mercury as logic. I'm being logical about your career in your 10th house. But then someone in your professional arena, if you will, or something that you thought you were going to achieve, like a personal career goal, is being challenged by a relationship in your life because Saturn and Neptune are in your 7th house of relationships. So this could be a rival, someone giving you a hard time professionally on the 9th of June. And then you've got retrograde Pluto squaring your chart ruler. It's like you can't win on the 9th of June. I'm not going to say don't go to work and don't participate in life, but this could be the day where you just go, oh, for goodness sake, why is everyone grumpy and not supporting me on this day? Why has everyone got a problem with me being actually really quite content? Thank you very much. I don't need pushback or you guys screaming for my attention. I'm doing okay. Really difficult day on the 9th, and we're all up in it, not just you, Libra rising. On the 11th, we have our first lunation of the month, and this is a full moon in Sagittarius. It's at 20 degrees. And this full moon is where you're having an emotional acceptance in the 3rd house. So, what are you emotionally accepting on this day, Libra rising signs? Well, this could be you saying goodbye to an emotional obligation or commitment to a sibling. It could also be farewelling something in your local community, something that's familiar to you regarding education or travel. This could be as simple as you're not commuting to work anymore, you are working from home. You do not need to do any more learning. You've learnt enough. You're okay to move on. So think of the 3rd house as something quite familiar, siblings, travel and education, something close to home. And you're emotionally at peace now and saying, I'm done with that habit. I've done enough here. I can graduate and move on. Jupiter's exalted in Cancer and in 10th house, and Jupiter rules that zodiac sign of Sagittarius. So this bodes well for it's okay to let go of something that I know is familiar to me. I'm okay because I'm going in a different direction now with my career, my professional life, and I'm feeling quite secure in where I want to invest my energy now. I'm not keeping it small. I'm sort of opening up my horizons here. So you're letting go of something that is, for better words, infantile and stepping into bigger shoes emotionally on the 11th of June. The 13th to the 16th of June, Uranus is squaring Mars. Okay, this is interesting. This is 3 days of the month that we're all going to be feeling Mars and Uranus in conflict. So energies are in conflict and there's agitation here. So agitating energy is not great for all of us for 3 days, but this is what we're dealing with. As above, so below. So this conflict and agitation is coming from the 8th house and 11th house for the Libra risings. This can be really frustrating when you have well laid plans with friends or a social event, but then they don't come together. It could be because of finances or depending on other people, but they can't commit that interrupts a social gathering or a plan with a friend or a professional alliance. So jarring days for 3 days. On the 17th, Mars leaves Leo, your 11th house, and ingresses into Virgo, into your 12th house until the 6th of August. Mars rules Leo, your 7th house of relationships, and Mars also rules Scorpio, your 2nd house of finances. And it's in the 12th house. Really interesting transit for you. Mars in Virgo. Think Mars, action, Virgo, work and precision. Mars working hard to be precise and seeking perfection. So, relationships in your life and your financial life is trying to get more streamlined and balanced here. So, expect to crunch numbers, relationships in your life to really get down to brass tacks and work on what they need to get stronger. So, watch out too for financial opportunities knocking on your door with Mars and Virgo in your 12th house. On the 21st, the Sun cruises into your 10th house, joining Jupiter and Mercury. And the Sun will be here for 4 weeks in your 10th house until the 22nd of July. So your 10th house is on fire, Libra rising, and it's that angular part of your natal chart. So big 4 weeks now that the Sun turns up. This is leadership, potential for you to step in a leadership role professionally. Also can see an authority figure or a new boss walk into your career. So this may be a big dog in your industry coming up and going, hey, I'm here too. So you might be surprised by someone taking the reins and they might be stepping on your toes when it comes to your well-laid plans for your career. Could be an interesting transit. But the Sun is always about let's be optimistic and see where we can thrive. Where's their life? And when you've got the Sun transiting in your 10th house, where is your joie de vivre? Where is your muse? And what is it about your career or professional life that ticks your boxes emotionally in Cancer? With the Sun here, sort of helping you navigate, shining a light on hooking up in the right environment and with the right people that encourage you and support you and nourish you in a certain way. It's a great transit with the Sun in your 10th house for 4 weeks. Enjoy it, Libra rising signs. On the 24th, the Sun conjuncts Jupiter. Another big day. This is astrologically one of the most auspicious days of our calendar year. So the Sun conjuncts Jupiter once a year. It's not our first rodeo, but we certainly do look forward to the Sun conjuncting Jupiter. And Jupiter's exalted in Cancer. Talk about amazing. It's a once in 12-year aspect. Jupiter takes 12 years to go through all of the zodiac, and it's exalted in Cancer. Very optimistic. The Sun, very optimistic, all about leadership and pride. And look at me. So this is fantastic for finally putting a career to bed, passing the baton on to someone else, hitting a personal goal, an achievement in your workplace, getting a photograph, getting a trophy, getting a medal. It's that sort of day. It's also the day where you might get some recognition for work that you've done in the past. It really is a wonderful day on the 24th of June where everyone seems to be coming up roses. Enjoy it, Libra rising signs. The next day on the 25th, there's a new moon in Cancer, and this one's at 4 degrees in your 10th house. You've got a stellium party going on in your 10th house. So a stellium is 3 or more planets in a zodiac sign. And when we talk about a stellium, we're not really removing the significance or importance of what those planets mean. It's just that house is more focused. So if you're a Libra rising sign and listening to the astrology and you're like, oh, when am I going to get that promotion? When should I go for that job? When am I going to get some support from authority figures in my life? When am I really going to start hitting my stride? When am I going to get some recognition? It's happening now because there's all the actions in your 10th house. If you're ready to pitch and market anything, Libra rising, this is the time to strike. So on the 25th, there's a new moon in Cancer. So you've got think of you have an emotional connection to something really important near and dear to your heart that you want to trumpet and herald to the world. Whether that's move to a different country or a new place to benefit with your career, or connect emotionally with people in your professional arena where you can support one another. It's a really nice day to quietly contemplate emotionally where and who supports you professionally. And really check in with yourself on this day on the 25th of June with this new moon in Cancer at 4 degrees. Or what ticks your boxes emotionally about what you do on the public stage? What is it about you trying to really have a crack with a career path or goal? This will be the day where you give yourself some time to really think about, what does fill my cup? Why and who is driving me emotionally to just keep going? So this is pick yourself up by the bootstraps kind of new moon where you go, come on, you can do it, Libra rising sign. This is what you want to do. This is what you want to be known for. You want to be seen and recognized, and your heart's got to be all in it. So let's start something new and fresh. Put your resume out there, market yourself, relocate somewhere else that benefits you. That could be on the internet. You can relocate to a different group, put yourself out there in a different environment and sell yourself. It's a beautiful new moon. Enjoy it on the 25th of June. On the 26th, Mercury leaves Cancer, your 10th house. So Mercury is getting off that angular part of your natal chart and ingressing into Leo, into your 11th house until the 2nd of September. Our lively Mercury, who loves a chat, is ingressing into your friendship zone. So friends can be ringing you, wanting your attention, demanding that you come to that karaoke show with this transit. So expect your social calendar to fill up quite quickly with Mercury in Leo from the 26th of June to the 2nd of September. It's also good for the Libra rising signs out there to start resuscitating any dreams or goals that you have. What do you want, and what is it gonna take to execute and actually reach a goal or a dream? Mercury is good for crunching numbers, doing research. So if you have an aspiration, Mercury is going to help you communicate it and research where the potentials and what's the options out there to make your realities come to fruition. Really nice transit with Mercury and Leo from the 26th of June to the 2nd of September. I think you're in for some fun and you might see some friends. Be a little bit extra, but we love them. The 29th to the 30th of June, Mercury is opposing retrograde Pluto. Okay. So think of your dreams and goals that you're researching or talking about, you're communicating about them, you're all excited, or friends just going, let's do this, let's do that. And then you've got someone near and dear to your heart being a little bit defiant and not all on board. So expect pushback. And when you're thinking those that are near and dear to you, they should be supporting you. This could be the day where they're just grumpy and they don't really want to hear all the potentials of you reaching your lofty goals. So it can be quite difficult between the 29th and the 30th of June. It'll pass. They'll come round. That's your astrology for June. I trust you have a fabulous month, Libra rising signs. And again, I really sincerely encourage you to listen to the Jupiter Transit Cancer for the Libra Rising Signs video on my YouTube channel. I really do go into a lot of astrological depth for you that you'll benefit from. If you have any astrological inquiries, please contact me at cosmicgirl101@protonmail.com. It's a fantastic astrological month. Really, I think you're going to look back on this month of June quite fondly in the future. Till next time, Libra rising signs, stay cosmic.